Hello, everybody. It's time once again for Avatar Legends. Greetings from Republic City. I should be doing this in the voice. Hold on. Hold on. What button did I make it? Tab. Hello, beautiful people of Republic City. We are back once again. Hi, this is us. I just wanted to do the voice because I love this voice changer. Hi, we're back. It's us. We left off at a pretty exciting moment. We are starting a little late because we were just doing a breakdown of the combat tutorial. Definitely the most crunchy and slightly confusing version of or rules of this game, but I think we all have it down now. So hopefully everybody is good because I will at least definitely be still flipping back and forth between the book. Full disclosure, because I learn as we go, and I try to advance read. Just full disclosure on my own flaws. Anyways, sorry, I don't know why I'm super nervous, but it's time for the game, and I love this game, and I love all of you. You guys are fabulous. These are my wonderful players. I am Bryn, of course. I will be doing the storytelling for Greetings of Republic City, but in order for me to stop talking, I'm going to pass it off to them so that they can introduce themselves and who they are playing tonight. Going in the same order, we are just dropping down from left to right. So first up is Naomi.
Hi, I'm Mimi. I'm playing Sayaka tonight, and she's been doing a real bad job at being one of these here, I don't know, agents of President Moon. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
From there, on to Anna.
Hey, I'm Anna, aka Archival Disappointing most places on the internet, and I play Yuka of the Northern Water Tribe. And she's doing okay. This is her job on the line technically, so she's under a lot of stress currently, and really hoping this mission goes well.
And if not,
But
she's
she has a
going to go
job
on an
tomorrow.
extended vacation. Oh gosh, what if that's the way to get Yuka out? She's just fired.
Oh
No,
no.
no, we won't do that. Okay, over and across, crossing up, over to Sin.
Hey all, Crimson Galaxy, that's KRIMSIN, because I'm not me without a little bit of sin. Today I'm going to be playing Ihani, the Awakened Airbender, and, honestly, she's kind of, pretty cool. I don't know.
You met me. I'm pretty cool.
The coolest person in the whole group, and we got someone from the Water Tribe. All right, right on down to Shay.
Hello everyone, I'm Shay and today I'm playing Sen Yu, the currently undercover metal bender law enforcement lady.
And last but certainly not least, Jenny.
Hi, I'm playing Lee. I think that's what I said.
Just who you are and who you're playing.
Amy and playing Lee, Firebender.
Alrighty. And so, we're gonna go ahead and do this real quick. Last time, Team Task Force was sent out to investigate the Black Pillow Triads, investigating their exclusive bathhouse within the inner city. Our task force split into two groups, the Infiltrators and the Watchers. That's a word we'll use for it. The Infiltrators stepped in and with some cunning attempts to negotiate their way into having a meeting with the boss, set up their own personal massages within the couple's room. Outside, our Watcher team watched and waited, and eventually became aware of the entrance of the leader of the Black Lotus entering with a group of goons. The receptionist within the spa tipped off the leader that there were some shady individuals who were waiting to meet with them, and we are now about to resolve that heated moment. Boop, back to regular voice. Okay, so where we left off last time was a bit of a action cliffhanger the two of you were inside of the massage parlor, ready, waiting for anybody to show up to either give you a massages or help you arrange the meeting. When you all stepped in, or when somebody stepped in, it was these four lady gangsters that worked for the Black Pillow boss, and they opened the exchange with a line that indicated hostility, a line that I cannot remember now because it's been a week. But the indication was there was hostility in their tone. Either they were projecting aggression as gangsters, or they actually had lethal intent. We had not moved far enough into the scenario to establish what was actually going on. But where we had left it off, we had started up the steps of what we were doing, and so I believe did we mark down where everybody was on their advances and stuff, or exchange steps? Yeah, where the two of you were on what we were doing. I thought I wrote it down, but I don't see it. Oh
Yeah, I'm throwing off.
Resolve PCs defend roles is what I had on there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure both of them chose defend.
And maneuver. Yeah. Okay, so that's largely where we're going to pick up. At the moment, this appears to be a 4v2. The two outside, the leader has not left yet, for the sake of, keeping actionable events for you all as well. You are seeing her stepping out of the building as all of this is starting to happen, so there is a chance for you guys to step in and attempt to do something if you so desire. But these defend rolls, so the two of you have your actions. Who wants to go first between the two of you on what you want to do for those rolls?
Okay, so Sen rolled a 9 and I rolled a 4.
I do believe so.
That's what I'm
here.
seeing scrolled back.
You know what? Since we did the tutorial and stuff, I'm gonna go ahead and say, for the sake of this, those rolls have been wiped away, and we'll start fresh. Now that you guys have a better idea of what you want to do, and I feel generous today. So you guys can re-roll those.
And I switch to advance and attack.
I will allow it.
Okay.
Yeah, because like I said, now that we have a better idea of what we're doing, but you will not roll the advance and attack yet. So we're resolving.
I rolled my passion to whatever.
Yeah, we'll resolve that next, because we got to do the defend and maneuver first.
I thought that's what I was re-rolling when I just asked.
Yes, but we have to... You resolve it in steps, so the defend and maneuver people go first.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So, it's going to be Shay first with her roll. So you have a full success, so your options are... on the table for you can mark one fatigue to use a learned technique, use one practice technique, or use two basic or master techniques.
I will use pinpoint aim.
Okay. And you got to tell us what pinpoint aim does for the audience is aware.
Take the time I need to line up a perfect shot. I become prepared. Next exchange, if I advance and attack, focus of passion is going to be passion. If I strike, I do not have to mark fatigue to choose what I inflict. So.
Okay. Alrighty. And so you ready yourself for the next exchange.
And I just say, I'm guessing we're not getting those massages.
No, it doesn't look like it.
one of them. These ladies are. I think I described them in suits, very stylish, old-timey looking mobster suits. One of them takes off their little glasses and tucks them into her jacket, and she says, "Oh, we're gonna work your muscles all right." And so the next one would be everybody who's doing advance and attack, which does include them. So Mimi, I will say PCs go first because it doesn't really specify. So I will let you resolve yours first, and then I will go behind you.
So I would like to do my learned ability, which is Forceful Blow. I'm going to reach into my bag and grab my bow staff and telescope it directly into
one of
the
them.
closest one of them's chest. What happens is swing at an enemy with all your might, sending them flying. Mark fatigue and inflict 2 fatigue or 1 condition, then push them to a new position of your choice unless they mark 2 more fatigue.
Ooh.
So I would like them to take 2 fatigue. And so positions, is there a specific list of positions, or I'm pulling up the
I'm assuming
combat rules
position.
now.
Is it when it's saying positions? Does it mean on a combat map?
You're giving us but let's see if I can find it.
Ren, draw a quick combat map.
Oh God, no.
This system doesn't usually do them. Which playbook are you?
Yeah, that's why I was confused. I was like,
It's one of the universal techniques, I think.
Oh.
but I'm just trying to figure out what they mean by position.
Yeah, I'm trying to see too, because I know there is advantageous position, disadvantaged position, but I don't know what the actual names of them are. I'm trying to find them in the book, but I can't seem to put my finger on them.
I mean,
It's a lot easier to imagine when you're thinking about a game of pro bending.
Yeah,
Because there's
Oh,
you
literally
only have the 3
positions.
positions. Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, I really only wanted to do that to move my learn to practice. I would
I feel like we'll just do the advantage disadvantaged one since those are clearly named positions that are here. So I'm assuming you want to push them to a disadvantaged position, right?
So, one sec, because yes, as you say, but there's different positions within advantaged and disadvantaged.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's the pain I'm coming into now. Because even when I looked at my other skill, my master technique, just it doesn't.
Yeah.
Disadvantages. They see the word disadvantage only appears 4 times in the book, and one of those times is in this move, and the other times are referring to the defending maneuver approach, the stance move, training and fighting styles. Nope, that doesn't tell me anything. Yeah, there's nothing on it in the book, but it's.
If you read the seize a position and defend and maneuver, it actually looks like it's just like you can escape the scene, establish an advantageous position, overcome a negative status or danger. So I think it's just about like, the positioning is just about like establishing,
So it's fictional positioning.
yeah.
Okay. Well, that's fine. I just wanted to knock them on their back or their ass, whichever's funnier for the
Okay,
moment.
so it is just the theater of the mind moving them away from the others.
Yeah,
All right.
I presume, but I do want to say I am electing that I would like them to hold on, flash your choice, and then push them to a new position of your choice, unless they get pushed to the new position, which would be on their ass, unless they mark 2 fatigue. So they're already taking 2 fatigue. They would take 4 if they don't want to fall on their ass, or they take 2 and fall on their ass. Is the way the description of the
Okay. So if they choose to take the 2, then they'll keep their balance, but they're slightly staggered a little bit, but they don't fall completely over. And that's fatigue?
Yeah, they'll take 2 fatigue.
Okay, because these guys have a limited number of fatigue, so I'm just making sure they can even endure that. It looks like they can. Okay.
So the options 2 fatigue and on their ass, or 4 fatigue is pretty much what it comes down to.
Okay. I'm gonna say you just knock them on their ass. Like the 4 fatigue is what I mean. So because they probably weren't expecting a telescopic pole to fly out and smack them in the face. So it was probably the one who was running her mouth when she said they were gonna work your muscles all right. And I'm sure there's a clever Sayaka quip that's like, work this, and the pole shoots out and hits her square in the forehead, and she stumbles back out the door and crashes into the hallway, leaving the 3. Now I have to figure out how NPCs attack, because their options are very limited. Orders. I think they can just do limited stuff, because the options for the NPCs are super vague.
They use techniques equal to 1 plus their current balance.
1 plus their... Oh, hold on. Current balance. All of this scrolling.
Oh, another question while we're waiting.
Uh-huh.
If fatigue is what knocks you out, how come everything you do, how come attacking along with everything else you do marks fatigue for you?
So
Fighting is
fatigue
exhausting.
doesn't technically knock you out. Once you fill up your fatigue, then you have to start marking conditions when you're supposed to take fatigue. Once you have all of your conditions marked, then you are out.
Yeah. This person in particular is out because they only have 3 fatigue and 1 condition. So just like in Mass, once all of your conditions are marked is when you're out. So she didn't have anything else to mark, so she's out because
since I like kicked her ass, can I say that she like stumbled out of the door and hit like a barrel containing like tea leaves, and they kind of up into the air and like a puff of smoke, but yeah,
a puff of powder and stuff. Yeah, you like Sayaka basically not flatlined, because that would imply they're dead. But she laid this person out in a single hit. It was a powerful blow. Because, like I said, she only has 3 fatigue and 1 condition. So once that condition was ticked off as well, she's done.
Now I have a practice move.
So she's down, and you said, because I'm flipping back and forth between the stuff, it's their balance. This is what I don't like. This is what I don't like about it, because where's their balance on here? So for these ones, it says their drive, principle, condition, and fatigue. There's nothing else listed.
Then I guess if there's not a balance listed, then it's just one, which makes sense if they're lower level enemies that they only get one attack a turn.
Yeah.
Isn't principle the scale that the balance is driven on, like care and force would be a principle?
I imagine so, but on principle, it's only a 0 and a +1, so I'm assuming that's what it is, which would still just be 1, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then they are going to. They're not changing their opening, but they had anticipated attacking weakness because I said they were going to attack or advance an attack. So strike at an enemy weak point where they've already been injured. Mark fatigue to a target. Oh, actually, that one doesn't work because you have to have been hurt.
Do the little hand gesture.
Do a little hand gesture. Those are. Oh, no. They're probably just going to charge then, because that makes the most sense for reckless mobsters. Or pounce. Disadvantage against an enemy. Nope, you're not off balance. Furious assault. Make an unbalanced impassioned strike. No. Forceful blow. Swing an enemy with all your might, sending them flying. Mark fatigue. Inflict 2 fatigue or 1 condition. So I gotta roll for them to actually see if they can do any of this because I didn't roll mine. They need to lay this out better. So much scrolling. Wait.
So I don't think you roll.
I was gonna say I don't think I roll anything, right? Because
they just do theirs.
They just do theirs. Okay. Sorry, I just have to keep tabbing between the stuff, and it's a lot. Okay, so I was gonna say that they were gonna do, because their intention is to just knock you guys out. They're not here to kill you. They haven't drawn any weapons. So they're going to do powerful blows. So swing at an enemy with all your might, sending them flying. Mark fatigue. So they're going to each tick a fatigue, and they're going to inflict 2 fatigue or a condition on the targets, your choice. Then push them to a new position of your choice unless they mark 2 fatigue. So more or less the same thing. This is just going to be just a quick fist brawl to get you guys off balance and maneuvered. So 2 are now going to go after Sayaka because she's shown that she is the dangerous one, having attacked as well. So 2 of them are going to come at you. And
I had to warn him I'm a cop killer.
Yeah. So they're going to inflict... one's going to inflict 2 fatigue on you, and one is going to try and mark a condition. And they want to put... So I'm going to pull up a sheet so I actually know what the conditions are when I say it. They are going to give you... Pulled yours up and I can't find your conditions. There we go. They want to put afraid on you because, of course, they're trying to intimidate you into submission.
Okay.
And then they are going to push you back deeper into the room as these 2. It's very much just the way this plays out is you hit one of them with the staff, you send her flying, 2 come in, and there's just the quick punches and blocks of trained martial artists fighting each other because in the Avatar world, Legend of Korra, everybody knows martial arts. So one of them jumps, kicks you in the chest, you block another, but they are quickly pushing you away from Sen. They're trying to back you into a corner. Sen, the third one, comes in with a furious assault as well, and they are going to hit you with a low leg sweep. That's going to mark 2 fatigue on you.
Actually, it's not.
It's not.
Because I am prepared.
You are.
I'm going to spend that prepared just to when they do the leg sweep, I leap over and then run along the wall and end up behind them.
Okay.
I just dodge them.
Yeah, you just dodge them and then step out of the way. We'll do a quick cut to the outside so that I can get everybody participating, because I want everybody participating. Ihani and Yuka, you are seeing that Lady Black Pillow Triad is making her way to the car. Initially, your guys' response was to continue to watch and see what happens. Does that change now?
Well, do I know what's actually going on inside the building right now from the outside? And on top of a roof where I can't see inside?
No. All you're seeing is that she entered with 4 people and has exited alone.
Alright, so it's obvious that she sent her other people into the room to talk with them and try to see what was up before she meets with them personally. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, definitely feeling it out, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How about Yuka, looking through, or looking past the paper?
Yeah, the entire reason that Ahani and I are not in there is because we are recognizable. So if we go in, it blows this entire mission. So I think Yuka is alert, but stays. Hang on. I would like to assess the situation as I sit here at the table, like seeing this change and what's going on. I would like to assess the situation.
Right.
Absolutely.
I can do moves.
Yeah. You guys are not in combat. You don't have to do combat maneuvers. If both of you want to assess the situation, that is fine.
Creativity. Yes.
Okay.
I think that's the best thing I can do is assess the situation.
So with an 11, I ask 2 questions and I take +1 ongoing when acting on the answers.
Yep.
So my first question is, what's my best way out and through? So what are the best ingress and egress of this building that we could use if needed? Both to get us in and to get them out if needed.
Yeah, from your vantage point on the ground, the easiest way in is through that front door, but it's probably not the most advantageous one if things go south. Everybody's going to expect the main entrance / exit to be the place where people are going to be going from. But from your position, you do see that there is a back alley, and built into the side of the building that the bathhouse is connected to, or massage parlor specifically, is connected to. There is a side door there, and there's like a little light posted over it so that it's not, completely in the darkness of this alley. And it looks like that might be a way to sneak in if needed to.
Okay. My second question. Do cars in Republic City have a license plate? That's not my question. That is something I would know.
Oh, hold on, Sato, because that's a great question, and I don't
think
I've ever looked at them enough. So the picture of the Sato mobiles do not look like they have license plates on them. They're only all the quick Google images only show them from the front, which isn't very helpful, honestly.
Then I would like to figure out just an identifying feature of this car. Like, if I were to find this car in a parking lot of other Satomobiles, how would I identify this car specifically?
Gotcha. So this particular Satomobile is one of the it's not the rank and file mass-produced Satomobiles that everybody drives. This is more of the Asami sports car looking type ones. And it has like a little convertible hatch, and it looks like the 5 of them, because I did establish there were 4 goons that came in. It's a 3-seater in the back, and then passenger and driver. So it does look like they kind of pile into this car, but it's all black, silver trim, and there is to say they put like their gang symbol on it would be really stupid for a crime organization, but there is just this would be something more that Sen would recognize as a police officer, but they probably do have just like a low-key symbol painted somewhere that marks it as that, but not outright going, this is a Crip gang's, car, don't mess with it. But there's like the little Thieves Guild mark that it's like, if you know what it is, you know what it is. But there aren't many of these luxury vehicles around, so it would be recognizable in the sense that most people drive the like boxcar one, and this is more one of the fancy sports vehicle ones.
Okay. Those are my 2 questions. Thank you very much.
Okay.
I rolled a 6. I get nothing.
Well, that's not true. I think on that one, there is stuff that I can do for you. And basic moves. Because I think it's something like, I don't have to give you a truthful answer, which isn't super helpful. Let's see.
I think it's supposed to
That's
be
the situation.
unhelpful.
Yeah, I think
even.
it's supposed to be unhelpful.
And assess the situation. It literally says nothing for
Really? In the other
a
versions?
6.
In the
So
other
lower
versions,
than
I give you
6.
unreliable information that you go off of, which is more fun.
That is more fun.
Dang, that sucks. Yeah, because it's like, if I give you bad information instead of just, you don't, your brain shuts down, it's like, that's not helpful. Also, the music bot is really loud. I'm going to turn this down real quick.
I'm just like looking and like not really paying attention, I guess. Just
Yeah.
like looking down, like,
You know what?
huh,
You know what?
I wonder where they are.
I know what I can give you instead. So you're up on the rooftops, and while you're supposed to be focusing on the mission of keeping track of the front door and stuff, you guys had sent word, whether a quick telegram or a memo, out to Lily's family, so that she could catch up. And so what you end up spotting instead, and it's not so much that it's a failure in the sense that you were distracted, but it's a failure in the sense that you don't gain any pertinent information on what the Black Pillows are doing, because instead you spot Lily coming down the road to catch up to you guys. So you're distracted in that a new person has entered the fray, sort of thing. So to put Lily into the scenario so that I can have all of my players here, Lily, the morning you had a late start, and your family, assuming that you had snuck back into the house like in the previous day, your grandfather had a telegram waiting for you from the task force. They said that they were going to be heading out to investigate something, and gave you an address to meet them at, and the address was for the local diner across the street of this Triad's owned massage parlor. So you would be making your way down the street, directly opposite of... So if, say, the massage parlor is here, you'd be coming down the road. I gotta make sure this is visible in the camera. You'd be coming down the road from the top of the scene, making your way down to the bottom of the scene where Yuka and Ihani would be positioned to watch over this massage parlor. Coming down the street, it's a normal early afternoon, just before lunch, late morning, early afternoon. The streets are busy. Nobody is aware that something is going down inside of this building, so everybody's going about their normal business day lives. This cafe where Yuka had said that was the rendezvous point Looks like it's catering to a lot of people, and Yuka is currently trying to look incognito, and most people aren't paying attention to Yuka because she's not doing anything suspicious. She only stands out to you because you know what you're looking for. You do not see Ahani, you do not see Sen or Sayaka, but you do see Yuka sitting reading a newspaper.
Guess I'll just have a seat there.
Yeah. Lily comes in, sits down at the open seat next to Yuka. This woman would be moving to open the door to her vehicle, and she had initially not been driving, but now she's getting into the driver's seat, and it looks like she's about to start up the mobile.
Hey Lily, glad you got our message. We're just kind of waiting and seeing if anything happens.
Okay. What are we looking for?
We sent Sen and Sayaka into the lion's den and hoping they don't die. I'm sure if something happens, if they get in a fight, they'll signal us or something. They know what they're doing.
Did we establish a signal if they got into trouble? I feel like it would have been a perfect moment when Yuka says they would tell us if something happened, that if the positioning of the massage parlor was better, when Sen basically lays out this person would be when they go through the window. But that's not what happened, but it would have been one of those perfect moments. But no. So Yuka gets Lily up to speed on what's going on. Currently, they are following a lead with the Black Pillow triads, and currently the woman who is getting into this car across the street of the building you guys are surveilling is the aforementioned named... I gotta keep flipping between stuff. The aforementioned named... Where'd my NPC list go? There it is. Okay. Toya.
Too hot.
It's too hot. It's very warm, and our fan is not doing a good job today. The heat. Toya. Toya is the leader of the Black Pillow Triads, and this woman is currently the one who is stepping into this luxury Satomobile. They might have conveyed to you that this woman had entered with 4 sharply dressed goons and has come back out by herself. So, quite literally lion. Nope, can't just say lion, we gotta combine it with another animal. Quite literally into the lion goat's den. So, just picture a lion with goat horns and the fucked up double pupil eyes.
I mean, I've seen it before.
Yeah, and
I've sacrificed them to some demons. It's fine.
And instead of roaring, it does the screaming goat noise. That's its roar. Yep. All right. We cut back to inside, with everything resolved, or not everything resolved, but the last step was all characters who lost their balance or were taken out now resolve those results. Only person who was taken out was the one mobster, which now resolved those results is she passes out because she didn't have anything left to keep her standing.
You take a nap.
Yeah, she takes a nap. She's not dead. She's not murdered. You hit her with a really good hit, and she crashed into a box and up against the wall, and she is basically just laid out completely. Takes us back to the top of the exchange. These are supposed to not be very long either, so hopefully, 1 or 2 more of these should resolve things. I am going to mark what they are doing, which is going to be that one. Okay, and then it drops down to the players who will declare what their actions are.
Attack.
Attack?
Advance and attack.
Advance and attack. Okay.
1 second. Can I call someone out? Or is that... I don't know their principal, so I guess not.
If you're gonna do the evade and maneuver, or
Evade
and observe maneuver, you can use the first use of that to figure out what their principles are. So then on the next turn when you use it, you can shift their balance.
Defend and maneuver is a focus, right?
Defend and maneuver is focus, but that's a
Evade and
evade
observe.
and observe. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry for taking the DM question.
No. Hey, I appreciate
No, it's
the help.
so evade and observe. That's I'm sorry. Is that harmony then?
That is creativity or harmony.
Okay. I will use creativity to evade and observe, and I'm just going to keep kind of dodging their like kind of onslaught of attacks, trying to pinpoint what kind of training they have.
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah, no, that's works for me.
Oh, look at that!
You wouldn't be rolling yet, though.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, sorry.
That's okay. Right? I don't think so. You don't. No, you roll when we get to that step.
Yeah, because it's
So-
yeah.
It's all right. It's not a problem because, like I said, we're still learning. So, did nobody pick defend and maneuver from you guys? Shay, you said advance and attack.
Yep.
Okay. They also are going to continue advancing and attacking because, like I said, their intention was pretty open. They wanted to subdue the two of you because they initially had superior numbers. So nobody is defending or maneuvering, so we drop down to combatants who choose advance and attack. Shay, you have the go of it as the PC, and then they will follow up.
Okay.
Full success.
I will do. I can do two
And
attacks now, right?
Naomi, we will keep your roll. You don't have to re-roll it.
Yes.
Okay. Whatever works.
You already rolled it, so don't I won't take that from you.
Forcing them to mark 2 fatigue, marking addition, or shift their balance. Just mark 1 fatigue instead to choose to hammer at them with their plus, forcing them to mark 2 fatigue, or strike where they are weak inflicting. Okay. I'm going to, and I can do this twice. So, and I actually don't use fatigue, ha ha ha, because I'm striking. So I will strike twice. Once on the one I'm engaged with, to mark a condition.
Okay.
And if that knocks them out, I'm going to hit another one. If not, then I'm going to hit this one again.
So
And
you said you said it marked a condition.
Yeah, to mark a condition.
Okay.
Because-
She does. She, for the sake of this, you have marked the condition, and so I feel like because it says step 7 is we resolve being taken out. Then I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you that she's down or not.
Oh.
Because I think it all plays out at once.
Okay.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Well, if they're
Yeah,
if
she's
they're
not out yet.
Yeah, she's not out yet because Like on the flip side, if Yuka was here, you wouldn't be taken out because she would have a chance to heal you if you had been in a position where you could be healed.
Okay. So then I'll strike one of each, and I'm not earthbending in front of these people to maintain my cover. So the one I slipped behind, I'm just gonna spin around and and crescent kick them in the side of the head, and then
one of the ones on Sayaka.
The one I was engaged with, and then
Sen. No, Sayaka.
And then the second one, I'm gonna move forward and just sweep the leg.
Sweep the leg. Okay.
And I imagine Sayaka and I are wearing towels right now, so it's all.
Yes, we are.
You guys had gotten ready for massages that definitely aren't happening now. Oh, there were ones for weapon techniques too. Ooh, how fun. Haha, turns out they've been airbenders this whole time. Not really, though.
What a twist!
What a twist. They were combustion benders, oh no! They definitely aren't benders because I didn't establish that going in. So...
No, they're bloodbenders.
Oh no! Yeah, that's why they're so good at this this black pillow technique of theirs, because they stimulated the blood flow. Wink, wink, nod, nod. They are going to just continue trying to knock you guys out. Now this is where the sequence of events becomes interesting again, because she's technically not knocked out yet. So does she still get her action?
Yes.
She does, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well then, since they're...
I am attacking two different ones.
You were, but they get to exchange these attacks with you.
Okay.
So the three of them are just going to continue forceful blows. Passion. And Sayaka, you had shifted you shifted the one that got knocked out, right?
What?
When you did the thing that shifted somebody's into
No,
disadvantage,
I was misinterpreting something. I just
that didn't
I
happen.
just hit him for 4 fatigue. That's all that happened in that
Okay,
move.
I wanted to make sure I wasn't skipping over some conditions on one of these ladies. Okay, so 2 powerful blows on Sayaka, 1 on Sen. So it's the same thing. They are going to mark another condition. Or one's going to mark a condition, and another's going to inflict fatigue, the 2 fatigue on Sayaka. The condition they are going to put on this time is, as they're kind of they're working together in their fighting technique, so it would have been the sort of thing where you're getting backed into a corner and the 2 of them are pressing in from either side, so you're like blocking, trying to get your own strike in, which will get put through. At the same time that Sen comes in from behind and does the sweep of 1, or the crescent strike of 1. But they are going to mark... Oh my gosh, I hate the way this is all set up. They are going to mark on you the... angry condition?
Sure.
Because I don't feel like foolish, guilty, or insecure really work, but I guess in this case it's more of just the hit points than actually having these emotional conditions.
Yeah.
But we'll say that it's the angry that gets ticked this time. I'm just gonna go down the line.
No, I can say Sayaka probably doesn't get very angry in social circumstances, but at like a certain pain threshold, she does.
Yeah.
So I can see that
that's
making
very
sense.
that's very reflective too. So yeah, you're getting backed into a corner. You're getting mad as they're exchanging blows with you.
I
Sen,
think that would resolve after their move goes through too. After Sayaka's move goes through. I think resolving is adding all of that stuff after
yeah.
everything's announced.
Yes. So they don't go into effect yet. Powerful blow for Sen, and that'll be marking a condition as well. That would be nobody had evaded and observed, right? Or
I did.
You did.
Yeah,
So
I'm doing test balance, and so I get to ask a question while I fight them, and the question in game. What's gonna happen is I find my clearing with a hit, and I do like a baseball bat swing, and then stop it right next to somebody's head, and I just say, "Are you trying to kill us, capture us, or test us?" And this should give me a clue as to what their principle is.
Yeah, I like it. More importantly, I think to add on to that, I think there's this moment where the swing would have been going, and then you think back to the day of work that you had been doing at the air temple.
Oh yeah.
And like be like air, don't, engage in full violence, pacify, don't, actually hurt. And that's where like the moment of stopping comes up, and then in a moment of clarity you ask the question, and the one who was getting ready to brace for the blow kind of blinks, and they look at you, because now I'll just say, do you have to roll anything for that?
No, I just mark a
Okay.
fatigue. I already rolled for it.
Okay, so this will be the resolution of everything. It's the one who isn't knocked out. As we go through the sequence of events, everybody marks their fatigue, their conditions. They only have the one threshold of conditions, so Sayaka takes 2 more down, the one she had been fighting, and then 1 on your right. The one on the left was going to be the one you were about to hit before you pulled the punch, the proverbial punch, and instead asked the question. And now that it has become a 2v1, she kind of puts her hands up, and she said, "The boss only wanted to see, the boss only wanted to see what the two of you were really about. Your approach was very suspect, and she wasn't going to walk into something that would be an ambush. We were supposed to knock you guys out and bring you in for questioning."
Well, I don't have a way with words. What do you? I'm a tough one, you know.
She
I didn't
looks-
want to talk at all. It's just you guys got to get a new person out front.
she
They
looks-
don't know how to, read a person or a newspaper, apparently.
She just looks down the shaft of your staff, and she's just like, yeah, clearly you're not one for talking, but I sure am glad you did.
I learned a little something.
We can't have cops and your boss after us at the same time. So where are they?
Who's they?
Your boss.
All right, tell you what, 2 of you stay here, and I'll go get her.
Well,
Check.
hold on. I'm only staying here if I can get a massage. And to the DM, can I clear one of the conditions when I get my massage?
So make me a roll. I feel like
Plead, push your luck, plead.
I feel like plead, because I don't like the way your push your luck rolls always come up.
That's fair. Fine. I don't have harmony though, so it'll be fine. No
Hold on.
massage.
Would push your luck roll potentially be better?
No, it's fine. I'll take the
Okay.
failure. I was just kind of adding some
She
comical relief.
Yeah. So she thinks on that, and she's like, I don't control what happens here in the massage parlor, and you sound like you don't like the secretary very much. She thinks for a moment, and she says, if one of you wants to stay here and comes with me, in case you're worried I'm gonna make a run for it, that's fine too.
All right.
I'll stay and help clean up the mess I made.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at the beat up people like, hey Sen, you
I
you're pretty tough. Damn.
I just I turn around to start getting dressed, and as she like throws the towel aside, yeah, she's toned and has a bunch of scars all over her. So
The scars, would they be any scars that would like, I don't know, is it like war scars? Is it I don't know. Are they telling, I should say?
there's a couple burn scars, not like
Mm.
not like not like Zuko level burn, but just a couple of marks.
Zuko's was only that bad because it was on his face. That skin is way more sensitive and way more susceptible to burns than the rest of your body most
Yeah.
of the time.
And it was also a very deliberate attempt to maim him too.
Mm-hmm.
I was just curious, trying to get a little more background. So that'll be, yeah. So I head out and I like try to help up the person I knocked into the barrel of tea leaves. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna clean this up. You the fight's over though. Get out of here, I guess.
Are they unconscious?
They're unconscious, yeah.
Oh, so I just drag him out of the way and put him on the table where I was supposed to get my massage, and then yeah, I go from there.
Okay. Outside, the three of you are kind of like, what's going on? And the vehicle is about to pull away when the door finally opens, because this exchange was very quick, as most fight scenes truly are in real life. And so, as she's getting ready to leave, there's a brief moment where you hear the gears of this old-timey pre or early industrial analog vehicle. The gears shift quite loudly, and the engine goes into its idle rumble instead of being ready to move. And it's enough to draw your attention as you see coming out of the parlor is Sen alongside one of these goons, who actually looks the best of the four because she wasn't knocked out. And so the two of them walk up to this vehicle and are now standing at the side of the vehicle.
Yeah. All right.
So do I need a bag over my head, or is this a little more relaxed?
I was more giving them a chance to do something first.
I do ask that though.
I'm
Okay.
gonna keep watching. It looks like Sen has this under control. Because
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
it
what
looks
I was
like, yeah, it looks like the guard's beat up, and Sen does not look beat up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I took a condition, didn't I?
You did. You would have taken the top condition because I was just working my way down. So, afraid probably isn't. I mean, feel free to mark whichever one you feel would be appropriate now, because it just acts as like a health tracker.
Mm-hmm.
But it would probably either be afraid or or angry, if we were going to apply a real one, because like discussed with Sayaka, you can only take so many hits before you start actually getting mad.
Mm-hmm.
So either one of those works. But your fatigue and stuff probably is more reflective of how battered you looked, because it's supposed to be that like flow of stamina and combat exchange where you're taking hits and getting tired.
Still looks exhausted.
Yeah, so that's how I see it. It's supposed to be reflective of how much you were fighting. But she looks a little roughed up. So does the mobster girl who steps out with her. It definitely looks like something had happened, But now she's walking out and is having a conversation into the vehicle, and the first time we get to get a really good look at Toya, she was dressed in a black dress instead of a suit. She had her hair up in a style that kind of indicated that she was that she was from the Earth Kingdom. It's that kind of updo with the like hairpin and kind of folded over. She has just long dark hair and green eyes, and she was sitting getting ready to start driving, but when you approach, she takes out this long smoke pipe and takes an inhale and puffs the air in your direction, and she says, "So you're one of the cop killers. Didn't think you'd want to be having a chat on the street."
If the papers are meant to be believed.
You can't trust everything you read in the paper. Did you really kill that guy?
Don't know. Haven't seen him.
You don't know if you killed somebody, but you're taking credit for it?
I'm hoping not to. Paper claims he's gone, but...
You gotta speak up for the mic.
The paper claims he's gone, but it's like you said.
So you're coming into my establishment, declaring yourself a cop killer, and now you're going to tell us that you're not a cop killer? What exactly are you trying to do here? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, my bullshit meter is going off the charts. You're not really establishing a trustful rapport.
That's something my friend said. Also, I don't know if they're dead or not, but it does mean that there's a target on our back. And, well, I was hoping you might be able to offer some kind of protection.
She looks over to her associate. From the looks of it, you don't need attention. I sent 4 of them in there, and only 1 is coming out. And the mobster kind of looks away at that, more ashamed that they had just gotten beat up than anything. Doesn't look like you need protection. Looks like you can handle yourself just fine. All of this seems more and more suspicious.
Facing goons and facing metal benders is completely different.
Yeah, but metal benders have a very fundamental weakness. They're too rigid, stiff. They're not very flexible in their actions. You know how to work around and exploit it. You can tip them over like dominoes.
Then, can you show me how to do that?
She smirks and she says, a healthy application of fire can melt any metal. But you already knew that, having worked with bombs and acid that melts.
I thought that was your people who did the bomb.
Her eyes narrow. And what gave you that indication?
Followed some of your employees.
Gonna elaborate any further than that?
The acid was ours, but I wasn't there to use it, but I did hear some of your own talking about falling back. It's how I was able to get myself here.
So you think we had something to do with the bombs, and that's why you're here?
I'm thinking we both had similar ideas, and that's why I'm here.
But you said you followed one of my guys with a bomb?
Well, I thought it was.
And what evidence do you have of that?
Nothing concrete. So, it's...
So, a cop killer who's not a cop killer thinks that one of my guys used a bomb yesterday, and you just decided to show up here, badly introduce yourself, and I'm supposed to not think you're suspicious?
Didn't say you had to think I wasn't suspicious. But if that was your people, and I overheard them correctly, and my guess is...
What exactly did you hear?
I don't know, it's been a few weeks since we played this game.
Did Ihani tell them what they overheard? Because it wasn't Sen who overheard anything.
No, but it's what prompted Sin to do her thing.
I know, but I'm asking Ihani now. So
I
that
mean,
if Sen, who is clearly trying to lie their way through this, do they have information to go off of?
I
Because
definitely went straight to the police station and gave a full report, and I'm pretty sure Sen was in the room while that was happening. So that would have been a thing.
yeah, okay. So you do have some information to base your lie on. Ahani, what did you overhear? Do you remember? Because it has been a while.
It was something along the lines of... I can't remember it all. That's my bad. I can't.
No, it's all right.
Been
It's all right. It's been a
so
while.
long.
It's been a while, and I wasn't expecting her to just drop evidence into the lap of this person. I do believe.
I remember it being absolutely incriminating to the point where this very specific scene that we're involved in right now would resolve as a result of it.
Mm-hmm. You think so, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
That's what I remember.
I don't remember it that way. I'm pretty sure they were just...
I don't remember them incriminating themselves at all, and you had to investigate the explosive device.
I was
Well, they
making a
did
goof.
incriminate
Oh, I know
themselves.
you were, which is why I was saying that, because I picked up on the joke.
I'm entirely
The
confused.
gist of what I remember, which is more broad strokes.
What you said is that these guys incriminated themselves in being involved with the Black Lotus, which
No.
What Shay is saying. Shay said that these guys incriminated themselves as being members of the Black Lotus and involved with the bomb, which is not what Ahani had picked up on with her investigation. That information is already out and in play, so I was trying to garner some information for her to continue elaborating on, because Toya has already called her bluff, saying that all of this continues to sound suspicious.
I'm still confused.
Okay.
So Ahani overheard the people who did the bomb talk about the bomb and retreating, and told the group, and then Sin discovered where they were.
Ihani followed people who were very clearly equalists. The information you gained about the Black Pillow Triads was that they supplied the explosives. These people were not associated with the Black Pillows. You inferred to her that they were involved. And she said, that doesn't check out, and I continue to be skeptical of what you are telling me. Because she's saying the information you're giving her all sounds incredibly suspicious.
So the information that I got before is that they're not involved, or were involved.
The Black Lotus supplied the explosives.
So the Black Pillow is not.
Black Pillows. I don't know why I keep saying Black Lotus. I got Magic the Gathering on the brain.
Okay.
The Black Pillows are known for being arms dealers and using explosives primarily in their disputes. They are incriminated in this investigation as being the ones who supplied the explosives to the Equalists, who were identified by Ahani.
You did the police work to figure out where the explosives came from. So giving that up is basically being like, "Hey, I'm a cop."
Yes.
Oh.
She's calling. She's not directly calling you a police officer, but she's saying that you guys introducing yourselves as cop killers, then you doubling back on saying that you're not cop killers, and then directly calling out her people and being involved in the attempted assassination plot, all doesn't sound credible to you, to what you're saying. She's saying you continue to sound suspicious with everything you're telling her, and she's not anywhere near trusting you because nothing you have said has given her a reason to believe or trust you.
Okay, if it's mind if we take a break to sort it out?
Yes.
Okay.
Little early, but we will take our break.
It was
No,
close to
it's
that time,
it's
so-
fine. I'm making the announcement for the game. Let me finish, and then we can pause and go to that. We are going to take our break. We are going to have a couple minutes to sort this out, get everybody back on the same page. So everyone, stick around, stay tuned. We'll be back in 10. Hi guys, sorry for the extended narrative. We needed to do some bookkeeping for our sake. Here's us, we're back. Hi, this is us. The decision before we went on break was to go back and take a look at sorting out the information because of time disparaging or discrepancies, words, I know them, time discrepancies between players and characters, information that we as the players is not the same as what the characters would know, and time, having been a couple of delayed episodes, plays into a factor of things that everybody knows. So we're going to do just a little bit of a rewind to the situation and the discussion that was happening outside with with Toya. So Sen will have a chance to talk to her again, and we see everything kind of rewind to when her and the goon first step out, and Toya looks up at Sen, and very much like the first interaction, she takes this long drag of the cigarette pipe, exhales the smoke in her direction, and says, "So, you're the cop killer. I heard you wanted to speak to me."
Yeah, if the papers are to be believed, and if that man is dead, then yes, we got a target on our back. And word on the street is you might be able to offer asylum.
Wow. I turned off the camera. Sorry. You know that you can never trust the media. Turtle Fox News is always full of fabrications and inflations.
You need to write that down.
She takes Turtle Fox News is the Republic City publication here. One of them, very, very outspoken in their viewpoints and fact checking. How dare you besmirch the good name of a turtle fox? So she seems like she's skeptical of your approach, not showing any truly open hostility, and you say that you're seeking shelter and asylum, and she says, well, it is true that the Black Pillows are always interested in taking in a girl in need, but you have a lot of heat on you right now,
I
cop
expect
killer.
there'll be some kind of payment.
Payment?
Favor.
You're bringing... Well, why didn't you start with that? If you were looking to pay to stay at one of our fine establishments, that's all you needed to lead with. It's very curious that you wanted to speak to me directly about renting a room.
Well, does the room include you?
And she laughs at that. Make a push your luck roll.
That went in
sorry,
a way
that
different direction
was
than I was
perfect.
expecting. But I love it.
I think everybody's caught off guard with that. If there was like actual surveillance equipment, everybody's like, what? Like,
Oh, here we go.
yeah, make a push your luck roll because I want to see how she would react to that. Because as we established, the Black Pillow triads were ladies of the night before they turned to more crimey situations. All right, so with a 10, that's a full success, which means on a push your luck,
I literally get lucky.
you literally get lucky. On a 10 plus, your boldness pays off despite the cost. The GM tells you what other lucky opportunity falls in your lap. Oh, the wording.
I was not expecting this.
Literally in her lap.
Yeah, literally in her lap. So she seems taken aback by that, and the henchwoman standing next to you also kind of has that like surprised, taken aback stance that you see in like animes and cartoons where they're like, "What?" And I think the response from the henchwoman was like, "Did you really just say that? She's going to ruin your whole life. She's going to step out of the car and beat the piss out of you, and it's going to be awful." And instead, what ends up happening that Yuka and Ahani and Lily can see is that the passenger door opens, and Toya gestures with a long extended arm and soft hands that pat the velvet seats. She says, "I like your style, cop killer. You're bold. Boldness will get you places. Get in."
I have a trademark, so I go, oh, and get in.
Yeah. So the three of you end up seeing Sen get in the car, and the car now drives away. The three of you can do something now because poor Sayaka stayed inside expecting her friend to come back. Which
I committed to a life of chores at Hair Temple Island, and now I'm doing it in the massage parlor.
Waiting for her friend to come back. It was helping clean up the place. But the three of you, what do you all do when you see Sen get into the vehicle?
I will glance to Ahani, because there's no way that I can follow a car, but Ahani might be able to. So I'll probably stick around and see what's going on with Sayaka. I don't know. I'll just look to Ahani and see what's happening there.
I don't even think Ihani's going to be looking back at you. I think she's just going to start getting ready to start, like, air running and jumping from building to building to try to follow the car.
Doing that sweet parkour.
Good,
To think right now is when you say, "Damn, I should have brought the glider."
Oh, I've been thinking that. I've been thinking that since this whole time. Yeah.
Yeah, it happens, and you'll know for next time, for sure. All right. So yeah, you decide to give chase. Lily, what are you thinking? You're sitting there at the table next to Yuka, and you just saw your friend step into this mysterious woman's vehicle, a very known crime boss.
But it wasn't looking like being forced into the vehicle.
No, there was very much an invitation.
I don't think I should chase if it looks like an invitation. I have questions later.
So many questions later.
And you can see that Yuka's not chasing. She's watching the car drive away, but she's not chasing.
Yeah, I have questions later, but right now I'm not going to chase after it. I just wasn't expecting that.
I think we have to let that run its course. Sayaka may need us still.
Yeah, let's go check on Sayaka. Can we check on Sayaka without breaking cover?
We have to wait and see if she comes out. If we go in there, it'll expose us.
How long are you staying in there, Sayaka?
I'm gonna clean up the whole mess I made. If like there's a shelf I knocked down, I'm gonna help like hammer it back into the wall, and yeah, I don't know. I've gained some discipline, as one would say, and I'm a woman of my word.
Okay.
So that's dependent on the damages and how long you want it to take. I don't exactly plan on taking myself out of this sequence, but I'm not.
No, this wasn't to get you out. It was more of just what are you doing until you step out, because they're waiting for you to come out.
So I'm gonna like try to clean up the tea leaves, whatever happens with them, whether they put it back in a barrel or whether they throw them away. It's dependent on their, sanitary practices, I guess.
The ghost of
But
Iroh haunts anyone who throws away tea leaves.
yeah. So however long it takes,
I
it could take 20 minutes or so, and then
yeah, I imagine it won't be too long, but once you're finally done, 15, 20 minutes, it's when you step out, and the henchwoman that had been left behind was probably out there for a little bit, and then finally came back in and was like, your friend left with the boss. You'll probably get her back tonight.
that's fine. Just did they set us up with rooms?
She just kind of laughs. And she keeps walking. She's like, your friend's got a room, all right.
Oh, and I kind of give me the gossip.
Nope, she just kept walking. She's like, your friend got a room, and she just left you to it.
Hey, how's that? The cafe across? Whatever. Bye. And then I walk across the street and go to the cafe, and I kind of do the. I'm ignoring you, but I'm also up nodding you to Yuka and Lily. And I go and get myself a go juice because I feel like I'm gonna need it.
If we see Sayaka come out, I think Yuka makes eye contact with you and then gets up and leaves the cafe to whatever our secondary rendezvous point was.
Oh, we did establish that too. So we will say you arrive at secondary rendezvous point, whose name escapes me now. But you guys meet up there. Do the three of you want to have a chance to discuss what happened inside and what was observed? Or do we just want to say that you get each other up to speed? Because I just want to give you guys opportunities to RP before I get to the car chase and subsequent car action.
I'm just going to say Lily grabs a go juice too.
Gotta go juice.
Yeah,
I just run down real quick, yeah, we got into a fight, but it was kind of oh no, they're chumps. And, yeah, where's Sen? Well, I guess she's following her lead. This has been her baby since the beginning, right? Should we go after her, or do you think Ihani has it under control?
Ahani's following. There's no way for us to follow now. I just have to wait to hear. Could be tonight, could be tomorrow. It's difficult to say.
It didn't look like she was in trouble.
I guess our plan worked out. I don't know. We weren't exactly smooth about things, but
it looked like it went pretty smoothly at their car.
I had hoped both of you would be in there. I hate having Sen in there alone, but
I don't know if they that kind of. Sorry.
There was, like I said, there was a bit of a scuffle. We were put into a position and given the hand we were dealt, I guess. I didn't want it to seem too obvious. And then I think back to the rewind. And I'm like, I don't know. Sometimes I make weird decisions in the moment. It's not my strong suit. Sometimes I don't really think I'm fit for this.
I think you two played it as well as you could. We have one person inside that's... honestly, I consider that a win. As long as Sen doesn't get hurt.
Yeah, Sen not getting hurt is what's important to me here.
Not physically. Maybe just emotionally when she's broken up. Dumped. Left with a string of lovers.
So we just wait here for her, or did we just...
A crime boss and a detective is the perfect outlet for a Romeo and Juliet story, just saying.
I don't have a secret wife yet, so...
It's true. Gotta
It's all
collect all the
three.
secret relationships. Um, I think we could wait here for a bit, but with the vibes we were getting, I'm guessing we're not going to hear from Sen until probably the next day.
Yeah. It's safe to say that the assumption that Sen is going to be quite busy. Um,
Oh,
yeah, quite busy. Speaking of, Ahani, you're giving chase. um,
How do I do this?
yeah. Let's see. I don't really I don't really think we need a role for it to keep up. She's driving. She's driving fast, but with your abilities to enhance your own speed through airbending, I think from the rooftops you can keep up fairly well. Um, she's not following posted traffic speeds or stoplights. She has a beautiful girl in her car that she is likely trying to impress because Sen had pulled a fast one on her and had charmed the woman quite quickly. What you do end up seeing is that as they're driving, it doesn't look like she's taking her anywhere in particular, but it does look like they're pulling off into a secluded area where they won't be bothered.
Hmm.
And so you see them. It's kind of weird to say that, like, a parking garage, because they probably didn't have parking garages in industrial Republic City. Parking garages feel like it was
a lot of
a.
warehouses.
I mean,
That's-
honestly, I almost want to say that I shouldn't be able to keep up without a roll just because it is an automobile and I don't have a glider with me. Like,
That's-
if I had a glider with me, it would be no problem. But
That's
like,
fair. What do you think for a roll then? Because I'm.
honestly, it would probably either be a push your luck or a rely on your skills and training.
Let's rely on your skills and training, because this is the airbending techniques that we're using to keep up. So.
True. This is one of my zeros.
How fun.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
keep up.
You make a good effort of trying to keep up. What does it say happens on a failure? Does it say anything? Imperfectly consequences. Okay, so that's only on a 7 to 9. There's no outright failure. It is just that it doesn't work out for you. You're able to keep up for a little while. In the effort of trying to keep up, this car shifts, into second, then third, and after a while, the Toya's desire to impress Sen with a fast car outweighs your ability to keep up with them, and it's kind of amazing that this woman is able to keep one hand on the wheel, one hand on the gear shift, and still seems to keep Sen's attention wrapped around her fingers. Pew, pew, pew. But eventually you lose track of them and have to turn back and would be heading back to the secondary meetup spot. The camera cuts to where Toya has pulled the vehicle into a back warehouse area, and we will gloss over the hot and bothered side of everything that happens, but there's a quick moment of fade to black, and then it cuts back to the two of them sitting in this car, maybe like an hour later.
Windows all fogged up.
There's no windows, it was a convertible.
Oh, never mind. No handprint on the back of the window.
Yeah, no Titanic reference. Sorry. She's smoking and she's sitting in a slightly reclined seat, and she takes a puff of this cigarette, and so she finally says, "So cut the bullshit. The two of you come into my establishment, start throwing around that you're a couple of ne'er-do-wells and not really very good at it. You guys reek of narcs or possibly cops. What are you really here for? I know it wasn't just to hook up. It doesn't look like she's hostile. She seems like she's figured out that you're not really what you're putting down, and she's giving you an opportunity to come clean.
Can I make an assess the situation?
Yes.
First?
Of course. Absolutely.
God bless it.
Okay.
In that case, sorry, I'm looking through all the techniques. Okay, nothing happens. Then in that case, the explosion back there drew a lot of unwanted attention.
Yeah, it did. Not quite the boom people were hoping for.
What were you hoping for?
I wasn't hoping for anything. I wasn't involved.
Who was?
Who was? I thought I was asking you the questions to come clean, not giving you more details.
Sim will just smile and say, well, I wasn't expecting this to turn out so wonderfully. Not after how clumsily we walked into your territory.
Quite clumsily. But I will say I was impressed with how you handled yourself in the recovery.
I appreciate it. Well, one thing I would like is to be able to see you again. It's probably really bad for me, but
I don't know. It seemed very good for you earlier.
it was. But I can see there's no fooling you. It's true, I do want to meet with you again. I'm also interested in finding out. Sorry.
Oh, no, finish.
I'm also interested in finding out who did set off that bomb.
Well, that makes two of us. And I should really emphasize that you're good at avoiding the question.
That's why I'm here. Or originally why I was here. To find out who did it. But now I have two goals.
And she smiles. She says, yeah, well, until you can answer my question. I guess that's where our business is concluded.
And you asked me why I was here.
I asked you to come clean.
Would you laugh if you said if I told you I wanted to be a vigilante?
She looks like she's on the verge of actually laughing. So you're not a cop. You just want to play one on TV. You want to play one on the movers. Gotta give it the correct term.
Would it bother you one way or the other if I was?
Only if you're going to get in the way of our operations.
I'm not. That's not true. I was gonna say I'm not after you, but now I am.
Smooth.
But no, I'm not after you in that way. Just that way. Sorry, not so smooth. Yes, I want to go after whoever set off the explosion.
Oh, well, that's easy. I could tell you who that was.
And in return?
You'll have to do something for me. And we leave it there, kind of fading. The conversation will be left ambiguous for now. We pick up maybe a few hours later, closer to the evening, at the meeting point. Sen hasn't made it back yet, but you all know to not truly be worried because you expected this much. She was going to be gone for a while. You probably didn't expect to see her until the morning. But the door opens to the safe house, and Sen steps in, and there's probably lipstick that's not hers smeared. There's probably a couple of love bites on her shoulder and lower neck, but she looks very pleased with herself.
Should I mark fatigue?
Yes.
Done.
The conversation had largely led to the revealing that the Black Pillows had supplied explosives to an individual. This individual didn't claim any affiliation because in the criminal world that would be really dumb. Just going like, "Hey, how you doing? I'm part of the mafia and I want to buy explosives." They don't do that. So they did confirm that they sold to these two that were involved in the bombing. So you do have proof of that being the case, and Ihani already knows that they're affiliated with this resurgent group. So it kind of rounds out that information. With things kind of settling down now, Yuka has an evening activity that they had in mind for everybody now that work is technically done.
Listening to Sen's story, I'm really glad you're safe. That was amazing work. You may have saved my job, and I very much appreciate it.
You're welcome. And she's probably got another thing of the extra large thing of goju she had before, because she did not sleep.
It really worries me how much of that you are drinking. But I am late. The Pro Bending Championships are tonight. I need to catch the match. I have a box reserved if anyone else wants to go.
That's great. Let's go.
Okay.
So I talked with Tenzin earlier today, and he told me if I finished my chores, he'd let me ride a Sky Bison, and I really want to ride the Sky Bison, but
What
I'd love
has
to
it been?
hang out
Not a
and
lot.
not work with you guys too. I don't know.
That's entirely up to
Ihani.
you.
Hey, I've got a
Honey,
suggestion.
how?
I've got a lot of gojus here. I think I am good for most of the day. what time is the probe ending thing, and how quickly can we get these chores done?
I feel like that would be a group push your luck roll. Montage.
So we're gonna go as a group before the match to clean. Oof.
Just get everybody to help with the chores.
Get everybody to help with the chores. I think that would be doable.
Okay. Lily would have to send get a message out that she was possibly not going to be to her other home at the same time she thought she would.
Lily, what's that you're writing?
Oh, just a message to my friend that I won't meet them tonight.
Oh, who's your friend?
A good close friend. But
What is that? I have one of those. Sen, aren't we good close friends?
We are good close friends. Can I make an assess the situation while I'm
Yes,
high on this
absolutely.
before I completely crash?
Mm-hmm.
Did it roll? Oh, did it cancel? It did not roll. I canceled. Hey,
Mixed success.
Big success.
I asked one.
You asked one.
I forgot my fake wife's my secret wife's name. I've got to look.
Your secret wife not only has a name, but she has her character sheet posted in the journal tab. So there she is, gaze upon her glory, and it's
Now-
Naya.
When she says very close friend,
She says good friend, or like, it's my roommate. Gals being pals. I don't think she puts that much emphasis in it, or maybe she does because I don't take Lily's agency away. But
Yeah,
I think we're all joking that it's kind of that implied. Maybe even if she's not meaning to say it, because Yuka's in the same boat, she kind of like gives that side eye to Lily, like, good friend, huh? I too have a good friend.
So, Sayaka, equally embarrassed and confused by the circumstance because she had just said, aren't we good close friends, Sen? Not thinking about what she was saying and realizing that could have came off wrong.
Mm-hmm.
After their scene a few weeks ago in the bathhouse. So now maybe Sen thinks Sayaka has feelings for her. Okay. It's just a fun mess of everybody misinterpreting everybody's relationships.
Let's do it. Let's have the awkward parallelogram of a relationship and emotions. I like it. Let's go.
well, okay. Let's
Where I
look at-
think Ihani is going to be one of those types that doesn't know if anyone was into her, even if they're flirting with her. So,
while she has energy from the go juice, she's going to help with the chores. By the time she gets to the pro bending match, she's probably going to sit down, and when the match starts, probably hit her withdrawal and fall asleep.
I was going to say that it's a very high possibility that on the Sky Bison on the way over, obviously,
Obviously.
If she also
Sayaka would
gets-
end up falling asleep.
So how do you sleep on a Sky Bison? Like, is it?
Carefully.
I've seen an episode of Avatar or two where they're sleeping on. I forget the Sky Bison's name.
Papa.
Papa.
Appa. There we go. Oh no. It sucks though because it's the first time I've ever done it, and I just fall asleep.
Yeah. So you guys arrive via borrowed Sky Bison, and when you land just outside of the main ticket pavilion, Yuka, you see that where the like the VIP luxury entrance is, your aunt is standing there waiting. She's dressed very nicely in elegant Water Tribe upper class going out attire. Always still has the fur emphasis around the seams and stuff to kind of keep their cultural identity, and the nice blues that complement her. For everyone else, she bears a very, very striking resemblance to Yuka, just much older, slightly taller. She looks like she also might have a good friend or is the single income aunt, but anybody who really is in the know of like the business world, she is a powerful businesswoman who runs a number of shipping vessels in lanes that connect Republic City to the water tribes, both north and south. So she's a very influential woman, but she looks like she's waiting for somebody in particular. Yuka.
I will say that after the chores, Yuka did change into a nicer water tribe dress with a chameleon eagle. I had to remember the name. Chameleon eagle, like scarf on. It probably clashes a little bit, but that's okay. Yeah.
Let's establish it now. What color are the chameleon eagles?
They're every color because they camouflage.
Oh God.
No, I was thinking brown and green.
Brown and green could work. That doesn't clash.
Brown and green, but I do love the rainbow pattern. One because it really just continues to do this like outing of Yuka low key, but it's also just their colors, so it's like it's not that weird that it's a rainbow scarf. It's their colors. So I'm fine with either of those, though brown and green doesn't really clash with the outfit too much. Your choice. Your choice, yeah. Okay, so it's a brown and green.
So I notice her and kind of just loud enough for whoever. Is everyone awake or are people still asleep?
This is Toma we're seeing, right?
No, this is my aunt.
Did we give your aunt a name? I don't have it written.
I don't think we ever gave her.
Oh gosh. Okay.
I don't think we ever gave her a name.
It just says Yuka's aunt.
Yeah, I just have Yuka's aunt, which is why I was like, did we name her? Oh no. All right, let's do generator. Water tribe.
Shuka.
Shuka. I kind of wanted to still have a. Ooh, Eula.
There you go.
You like Eula?
That works.
Okay, so Eula is Yullluh. Eula. So
Yeah,
this is
the group
Eula,
around.
Yuka's aunt.
The group around me. What is she doing here? And then start walking in that direction.
So you all see Yuka look surprised and start moving towards this woman that bears a striking resemblance to her. And more importantly, guys, she has the tickets for you all to get in, so you probably should follow her.
Yeah, I'm following.
Yeah.
Hey, who's that?
It's my aunt, Eula. I did not expect her to be here. She doesn't usually attend these.
Oh.
It's not a bad thing.
Is there any reason she might be in attendance? Like,
I mean, it is the championship. It could just being seen here. She's fairly, I guess, rich. You could say. My whole family.
She looks it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of just who we are. She is a lot more progressive than like my parents.
I'm already like.
You already.
Her and extending a hand, and I'm like, well, now I see where Yuka gets her exotic looks.
So during the same moment that Sen's doing that, I kind of like lean over to Yuka. I'm like, clearly, like the events of the day are showing on Sayaka, and she's like, "Hey, Yuka, you wouldn't be offended if I took my leave here? I would love to catch the game, but like it's been a rough day.
There are dark circles under Sen's eye. And she's like just pushing herself forward.
No, if I wouldn't want to force you. If you're not going to enjoy it, then just go ahead and go. It's okay.
Oh, I would absolutely enjoy it. It's just I'm really beat, even beat up. I gotta lick my wounds, so to speak.
I'll sleep well.
And then I like nod my head over to Yahani. I'm like, how can I get home on the Sky Bison? Do I need to control it, or can it just fly me back?
I imagine, since I don't have a Sky Bison, that the person who is best friends with that one would probably be with
there,
us.
piloting it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I'm like, they're probably like getting ready to like or just push off, and I'm like, hey, wait, I'm going back with you. I'm like, see you later, guys. I'm too tired for this one.
Hey, get some rest and feel better, all right?
That being said, the air alkalite who is piloting this Sky Bison, which now I'm curious if I have a name generator for Sky Bison because I want to give it a name. Nope. Okay, we'll name it later if they come up again. But you know this person. They are named. Some of these names are not good. They're named Yi. Yi uses they them pronouns, and it's YIH. Yi.
Yee.
Yi.
Yee.
Yi. Yi. They are fully shaved for the head. They do not have an arrow yet because they are just an alkalite, but they have more shown mastery in tending to the Sky Bison than any real air nomad techniques. So they're more of a bison wrangler than a real airbender, but they do have some minor airbending abilities. But Yi smiles, nods, and they're like, "Are you going to be able to get back on your own, Ihani?"
Yeah, it shouldn't be an issue. I should be able to handle it. Thanks for checking in, though.
Yeah, I didn't want to leave you behind, So, if you're good, I'll take Sayaka back and make sure they are taken care of.
Yeah, I've actually never seen a pro bending match before, so I'm really curious about this.
I guess I'm listening in on the radio when I get back. They definitely weren't hoping to get invited too, but
No,
no, it's
I
fine.
feel
Hey,
bad
no,
now.
that's not the intention. This character was literally made to get you out of here, so it's just like they're not actually trying to guilt trip. It was one of those. It was like they were like, yeah, I'll just listen to it on the radio when I get back because the White Lotus stuck a radio in, so it's been a permanent fixture there since. So the Sky Bison takes off, taking Sayaka with them.
Yuka, I'm going to be completely honest. I have not slept for 2 days. I'm going to do my best to watch the match.
Well, if you don't make it, I understand. I would say that there is more go juice here, but you probably shouldn't drink anymore.
It's incredible. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say as I kind of like step in and give my aunt a hug.
Yeah. Eula hugs back and she kind of smiles and says, and it's also incredibly overpriced. Varric marks the go juices up so high since he put branding on front of the cup. He says, Yuka, darling, you'll have to introduce me to your friends.
Yeah, these are coworkers of mine. This is Lily and Ahani and Sen. The person who just left is Sayaka. She's had a rough day. Yeah,
Well.
we were done with work, and I invited them to come along since I have a box. So
Yeah. Oh, right, the box. you did work out that season membership after all.
Now, when
Yeah.
she says box,
They have a personal booth that they can view.
I was making a lewd joke.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I
It
thought
was-
the same joke, but avoided saying it because that's not this character.
It's not this character. Listen, it's fine because we're just gonna keep the low key implications of Yuga's relationship here because the aunt does. We established the aunt does know, right?
That she probably knows. Yeah.
Yeah. So there was a lot of emphasis on the implication of how Yuka got this personal booth. So because it definitely wasn't her aunt that got it for her.
I don't usually see you at these. Special reason tonight, or?
A very special reason. Mm-hmm. We can discuss it after the match if you like. Wouldn't want to spoil the game. I hear the Chameleon Eagles are going to take it all the way, as it were.
That is the hope. I was hoping to talk to you, so definitely after the match. Do you have? I assume you have good seats. You're welcome in our box if you want, but if you have better seats, I completely understand.
I don't need to sit with the rabble tonight. I can join you. It would be wonderful. And
Is it just you, or?
tonight, yes. As I said, I had important business to discuss with you, so it's very fortunate that I ran into you before you came to the Skybox.
That it is. We should go though. The match will probably start soon.
Yeah. And so the five of you enter. Five, yeah. I had to do my quick head count. The five of you enter, minus Sayaka, who went back. You guys go, and these seats are incredible. The perks of dating one of the top pro bending league captains clearly shows, though only Yuka is aware of this. The rest of you are probably surprised by how nice this box is. It's elevated center field, so you have a good view of both teams, and it is situated on the side that the Chameleon Eagles would have their little like side space, so you're looking directly down on the three team members. The Chameleon Eagles is made up of 2 girls and 1 boy, the firebender being Toma, a male earthbender and a female waterbender. Their opposing team is the... I can't say the Fire Ferrets because that would be too obvious. Not that any of them are still playing on the Fire Ferrets at this point, but the Fire Ferrets are still a team, even if they pass them off. You guys are... the first one that came up was the Ferret Rabbits. So you're playing... They're playing against the... the Owl Beavers. Yeah, they're playing against the Owl Beavers. The Owl Beavers are very high ranking right now. They actually have a slightly better record overall than the Chameleon Eagles. The Chameleon Eagles have had a championship more than a few times, but the Owl Beavers had the championship last year, so it is a very... The word I'm looking for is...
Contentious?
Yeah, it's going to be a very intense match. Their skill levels are pretty equal, so it's quite literally that it could be anybody's match. There's no clear favor for, like, on the betting polls. It's a pretty even split. It could go in either direction, for the scoring and whatnot. The match itself finally gets started. The lights dim. The announcer comes out. they have this moment to announce the Owl Beavers, and then they do get a moment to announce the Chameleon Eagles. They announce the Earthbender, they announce the Waterbender, and then they announce the team captain. And the announcer, of course, calls out Toma Sawa, the captain of the Chameleon Eagles. Does Yuka let anything slip when they announce her?
Yeah, she cheers very loudly. Like, it's uncharacteristic for Yuka, because she's usually pretty reserved, but she does cheer very loudly for her.
I feel like
Oh, you
since-
must really like this team. Can you give me a play-by-play? I don't know what's going on.
I mean, I can try. I come to the matches a lot. I'm not 100% on the rules.
That's
I can
weird.
try.
This is the
You
first
go
time.
to a lot of matches, but you're unsure about the rules? What's that all about?
Girl, pretty.
I just like all the pretty fire throwing.
Sin's too tired to cheer, but I think she glances over to Yuka and just gives like a small smile. She's probably like leaning on the railing.
This is the first I've gone to.
Yeah. When the match starts, it's actually I'm gonna have Anna roll for me. Roll me 3 D100s, and we want high rolls.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
I roll so poorly though.
I know, that's why I want you to do it.
Why are you doing this to me? Do you want them all together or
Yeah, you
separate?
can do them. You can do them all together.
Come on, roll 20. For once in existence, don't screw me over.
Okay. So the first round, when we see this, when we see the call to start go, the Chameleon Eagles are very aggressive in their attack. As they showed in Legend of Korra, this is very much just a you land points by getting hits on the players or by depositioning them, extra points for knocking them out of the ring. But you have to move them back. You can't take them off the sides, as Korra found out when she tried to sweep one person off the side and got penalized. Names. Toma and the Earthbender take very aggressive leads. The Waterbender seems to be playing on a defensive to keep them protected. The Earthbender hurls the little discus at one, and Toma comes in. And what sets Toma apart from the other team's Firebender is she leads with blue fire instead of regular flame. It's kind of her signature thing that sets her apart. She has mastered blue fire technique, and it kind of makes her a little more intimidating in her aggressive attack style. Roll again for me as they advance, pushing the other team back one step back.
I was really hoping I lucked out and that was it.
No, not yet.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. There's a quick counter. Nobody's been knocked out yet. There's a quick counter. The other team, as we said, the Owl Beavers are the current champions who are defending their titles, so they're not going to get pushed back that easily. It puts the Chameleon Eagles on the defensive, and as the quick exchange goes through, the Earthbender gets ganged up on, and he's the one who is pushed back, and his foot goes over the line, and they shift back to the medium position, or the middle position. Words, I know them. Roll again for me. Okay. It continues to look a little hairy there. They're being pushed back. They seem to have sensed that the Earthbender is the one who's getting kind of tilted and off balance. They push a little bit more, but it's not nearly as much of an advance as the last time. They're keeping the Chameleon Eagles on their toes. Roll another one for me. This to be geez. Okay. The Waterbender gets pushed back as well. It's another foot over the line. The Chameleon Eagles are on the last threshold of theirs before they will be pushed into the drink. Go ahead and roll me a... I feel like there should be a chance for you to say something inspiring to push Toma a little bit further in her favor. Because I want the power of love to kick in here. Roll me a comfort and support.
Oh no.
Oh, is that not good for
Is that
you?
harmony? Is that harmony? That's my negative stat.
Oh, not that then. Not that then. Can you do... I want it to be something that'll help her. What do you think Yuka would do or say to like give her encouragement to keep going?
I mean, I think I'm too far for her to hear me. Like, she knows where I am. Like, she can see me cheering.
Yeah, she would. There's this moment where she looks up and she sees you at the box. And you're surrounded by other beautiful women, and that definitely doesn't put her at nerve. But she sees you wearing the scarf and cheering very excitedly.
So what should I roll?
I don't know. I just want to give her an advantage on this.
Chin.
Hmm.
Passion.
Passion? Are you? Hold on.
That's a 0 for me.
That's a
I got
0.
creativity and focus.
Creativity and focus.
Get creative.
Get creative.
What do you do?
Just roll a passion for me then. I just want to see if it'll come up as a hit or a partial hit. No.
Roll 20 hates me.
Roll 20.
Can I assist?
No, because this is just between them. Okay. I wanted to just give the roll extra dice, basically what I was going for. If it was a partial, it just would have been 1 extra. If it was a full, it would have been 2. Just roll 3D 100 again.
Why are you doing this to me, Ren?
Because I wanted to... Okay. It keeps going. The Earthbender is pushed out of the ring. Oh no, that's even worse!
I was curious.
The Earthbender is knocked into the drink. The two of the Waterbender and Toma are still holding on. Would you be good with a push your luck roll?
I forget what push your luck is.
Is that passion? No. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna roll one now.
Get creative.
Just cheat.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. They're backed into the corner, and this is kind of where things kick off. As the Earthbender gets pushed into the drink, they initiate a Hail Mary kind of plan. The Waterbender brings up some water. Toma shoots some fire into it, and some steam pops up around them. And as the steam comes up, it's a 2-pronged attack from the other, from the mist where they can't see it or defend it, and it starts pushing them back. I'm gonna take over. Okay. There's a bit of back and forth. They're kind of tied up in the way things are set up for them. Oh no. Toma is holding on. The Waterbender is still getting beat back.
Are they doing good?
They're not in the water yet. I'm kind of saying roll high, and it keeps rolling more in the favor of the low rolls. So it's kind of just, it's an intense match. I imagine Yuka is like death gripping the side of the box, looking over, watching what's happening. This is going to be the final roll to determine if they end up going over or if it pushes it.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
Is it obvious at this point that that Yuka, with my earlier assess the situation?
That's for Yuka to determine.
Yeah.
I think I feel like Anna has been tipping that in the favor of yes very much, but she can say otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. If you think Sen has put it together, then absolutely.
Okay. Sen's gonna get up and then just like shout at the top of her lungs, "Do it for Yuka!"
Okay. Yeah, that'll do it. There's a do it for Yuka, and there's this momentary pause from Toma, and I think that's... Yeah, okay. Now I suddenly roll really good. That's all in the favor of them. Yeah, there's the do it for Yuka, and the waterbender kind of looks at Toma with a confused look, but Toma seems to narrow her eyes, furrow her brow, and there's a big gout of flame as she sweeps her legs out, and it rolls the full team back. And as it rolls the full team back, they advance, and they push the two of them, or the two of them push the three towards the edge of theirs. And there's one more roll that will determine, and with 100, I'm going to say the waterbender strikes one, Toma kicks one out of the side, and then she does like a leaping fire punch that strikes the opposing firebender, who tries to like lift up a fire shield, but the blue fire pushes through it and it knocks them out into the water as well. And the announcer goes absolutely nuts. The crowd goes wild. They declare victory for the Chameleon Eagles, and the championship is over. The entire time, Yuka's aunt has just been sitting and watching, not necessarily watching the match, but has been watching Yuka.
Sen is asleep now.
She made this triumphant declaration and then passed out despite all of the yelling and noise. Yeah, so...
Wow.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I didn't want to interrupt anybody. That's the establishment that I have there. They have won. The crowd is going nuts. The announcer has declared the Chameleon Eagles the winners. And so you guys have the floor to react and do with all that information in mind.
Well, Lily's having a great time. I wanted.
There's a lot. Sorry.
I think she probably might have figured it out too with the do it for Yuka. She's not going to say anything. She's just having a great time, smiling, happy.
Sayaka's having a great time too. She's snoring loudly, probably waking up the entire girls' dorm.
Yeah. With that being said, there's the quick celebration. They bring out this nice looking trophy, and when everything is said and done, the like victory music plays and stuff. The crowd starts to filter out now that the match is over, and Eula finally stands up and she says, "Amazing! What great news to bring back to the family when we head to the Northern Water Tribe."
You're heading home?
We're heading home. I was able to get in touch with your parents. Instead of having them come all the way out here, I figured, why not have the three of us go visit them instead? And there's a very heavy emphasis on three of us.
I think that would be better. Yeah. Thank you.
Of course. What is your loving aunt for if not here to be supportive of all of your decisions? And it doesn't sound nefarious or underhanded. It sounds very generous, and She holds out her arms to offer you a hug.
I will absolutely hug her.
Yeah, she hugs you and she says, I've been aware of what's going on with the two of you for some time now. And I just want you to know that I am completely supportive of everything that you do here in Republic City. Everything that you do here in Republic City. When your parents continued to insist on your betrothal, I tried to talk sense into them without overstepping my position as your aunt by telling them anything you weren't ready to tell them. But they weren't keen on hearing me out. The old ways are still the ways of our people, and they're becoming more accustomed to the way the world has grown, but it's still going to take some convincing. So why not do it together?
I cannot tell you how much I appreciate that.
And she just hugs you a little tighter. And for everybody else in the box, Yuka's aunt just outed her, at least to you guys. But not in a deliberately mean way. Like, in more of a, it should have been obvious to all of you, as obvious as it was to me, kind of way. Maybe she figured you already knew. But she just treats it like it's completely normal, because, let's be real, it is.
I really do appreciate it. I should probably head to the locker room to congratulate them. I mean, anybody else is welcome to come along, but
she's going to be waiting for you. That declaration earlier seemed to have inspired her.
That was embarrassing, but it seemed to work. I will thank Sen for that later once she's awake. She's had a lot of go juice today.
She's had a lot of go juice today.
Yeah, it was just a complete drop at that point.
Yeah.
The fuel ended.
So we are technically past the stop time, but there was one last thing I wanted to show for the scene. When you guys arrive at the locker rooms, there's probably like a large crowd of eager fans that are all there as well. There's probably like a Toma fan squad as well, that are being kept at a distance because these are like foaming at the mouth fans that are not allowed within a vicinity of any of the players, but they know Yuka, and so the security that is keeping the locker rooms protected kind of let you and your group in. And when you come in, you see them getting changed into their regular attire, and Toma sees Yuka and runs up and gives her a big hug, and she says, "You made it. I'm very happy to see that you're here." And
I told you I wasn't going to miss it.
I know. I heard somebody shout your name from the box. Was that you all?
Yeah. That was Sen.
And she kind of blushes a little bit and smiles, and she says, "Well, normally you're here by yourself, and I had something prepared for you, and this is going to be a little more embarrassing. I didn't expect to do it in front of an audience." But she is still just bright red as she goes over to her locker and she takes out a little box and she says, "Your aunt contacted me not long ago and made a suggestion that I should make something for you." And she takes out a little carved betrothal necklace, and while it is done in the traditional Water Tribe fashion, there are elements of the Fire Nation carved into it as well. And she just kind of like looks down at it and offers it out to you, and she says, "I hope you don't mind that we were scheming behind your back, but I am packed and ready to go meet your family if you are."
I think Yuka just stares at this dumbfounded for a moment. Completely caught off guard by this. And after probably way too awkward length of time, just takes it and nods and gives her a big hug.
Yeah. All right. And that's where we're gonna cap that off. One, as a way to give Anna a segue out while they're going to be indisposed, and also to address that when it happens. But before we wrap up, I remember today, because big brain energy, we have to do our end of session questions, which I'm going to pull up now because I still don't know where they actually keep it. Running the game, session and campaign. Nope, you would think it would be easier to find, but it's not. What the hell is it? Advancement? Yep, maybe. Yes, end of session. Growth questions. Okay, so, from top to bottom, left to right, starting with our good friend Naomi. You're up first. Once again, there's the three main questions and then your playbook question. So, first things first. Did you learn something challenging, exciting, or complicated about the world?
Not this session, but last session, and since it's
I'm
one
counting,
big session, yeah.
Yeah. I'm counting the two of them together since we didn't do one at the end because we stopped so abruptly with that cliffhanger. So, yes, I think that was
yeah, I think I learned a lot about responsibility, and a lot of that came from doing work for Tenzin.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Very, very much so. Did you stop a dangerous threat or solve a community problem?
No, not
You pulled someone.
yeah, but that's not
did.
really a community threat. We were the threat in that
It
situation.
says a dangerous threat,
Yeah, it
meaning
doesn't-
you were being threatened.
Yeah, a dangerous threat doesn't have to be a
Yes,
person.
then-
It could be an avalanche, a volcano, a tsunami. Dangerous threat is in quotes, so it is just, did you stop something dangerous from happening? Which
Yeah, hell yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah. So, yes, I agree. You definitely did. The two of you resolved that combat situation perfectly. Did you guide a character towards balance or end the session at your center?
No, I did not.
Okay. What's your playbook question?
Did you make significant progress towards your goal against your adversary? And no, I did not.
We talked about putting the adversary in last week, and I didn't do it.
It's okay. We can get to it. I was like, what we're doing right now is interesting to me, so I'm not really bummed about it or anything. So we're good.
Okay.
But yeah,
There it is. No for next week. We need to actually put your adversary in there because that's points that you're not getting every week that we don't do it. Okay. Were there any others for you?
No, but I get my improvement. So
Down to Anna. For Yuka, did you learn something challenging, exciting, or complicated about the world?
We learned a lot about the I wanted to call him Black Lotus, the Black Pillow triad. It was a lot that we learned from this mission.
Yeah, it was a lot of information gained. I agree. Next one, did you stop a dangerous threat or solve a community problem?
No. Not that I can think of.
Okay. Yeah, it was very passive and didn't take part in the combat or questioning of Toya, so I agree. Did you guide a character towards balance or end the session at your center?
No.
You did talk to Ahani while on the stakeout.
Yes. But I didn't guide Ahani towards balance.
No? Okay.
And I am not balanced currently. I am leaning towards progress
Okay,
over tradition.
gotcha. Alrighty.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, and your
Tradition's
playbook.
overrated.
Tradition. You just have to make your own traditions.
Yeah, playbook. Did you learn something meaningful or important about your lineage, its members, or its effects on the world and others? So, as far as members of my lineage and their effects on others, I learned that my aunt has been scheming behind me with my girlfriend.
And is fully supportive of your life choices. Yeah, but yeah, she has been scheming. The two of them conspired against you, for you. That happened. All right. Up over.
That gives me my advancement.
Sweet. Up to Ihani. Did you learn something challenging, exciting, or complicated about the world?
I'm not sure. I don't really remember last week's session.
You, like, I kind of lean in, like, you and Yuka did have, like, talking moments, and there wasn't much gained from you guys doing the stakeout, but you had moments on Air Temple Island with Sayaka, and you had moments with Yuka where you guys could have been talking and learning stuff. So I feel like stuff that was being done on Air Temple Island could work for this.
I don't know that I was learning anything exciting or complicated there, though.
Yeah,
I
I
was
think if
kind of
anything,
just
you were-
showing Sayaka around.
Could I argue in your favor that you learned that Tenzin isn't as much of a stickler for the rules as he portrays? Because he kind of was like, I'm willing to overlook that the chores weren't all done. I just wanted to see that you would commit to doing them, kind of thing. Maybe.
But is that really out of character for Tenzin? Wouldn't I have seen that before if I had been living there for years?
Probably. Okay. I don't know. I was trying to argue it for you, but you're right.
Yeah, I know. I wish that I had a concrete answer for this.
Yeah.
But-
Sometimes you won't, and I was just trying to throw something to help.
Well, I mean, I did learn that Yuka was actually partook in war, though. That's
Yes.
something
You also did learn
complicated.
You also did learn a lot about Yuka just from watching that match.
That's true. But
Saw many
lesbian
sides of her.
relationships aren't complicated. They're just like, duh, best
But-
kind.
But exciting also is part of that criteria.
Oh, yeah, good
Challenging, exciting, or complicated. Yeah.
Yeah, fair. All right, I'll mark that one.
She has the big gay and fiance now. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, actually, that's a really good one because last you heard she was betrothed to a guy, and now she has a secret girlfriend that has also proposed to her. That's definitely a big revelation. So there
Which
you go.
she accepted that proposal, mind you, in
Mhm.
front of you.
In front of you too, yeah. So now you're aware of a complicated water tribe love triangle. that's
I'm
only,
not
that
sure.
really only has two sides going, not three.
I'm just not entirely sure I was around when at any point that the other arranged betrothal was being talked about.
Did Yuka not mention it?
We were in a group at the festival.
Yeah, I thought she
Yeah,
talked.
she
I
mentioned
thought
it.
she talked about the letter.
Okay, I was thinking that she was having that conversation with Sen while I was doing the, like, run and chase people down.
It's been so long.
No, it was before all of that happened. It was while we were just kind of casually walking through.
Either way.
Okay.
Either way, you
Okay,
did learn
yeah,
about
fair,
the betrothal
fair.
now. So
All
that's
right, yeah.
still okay.
Sorry,
Okay.
sorry.
No. We were just determined to get you this point. Did you stop a dangerous threat or solve a community problem?
Not at all. Not
Yeah,
at all.
I think it's on the same boat there. Did you guide a character towards balance or end your session at your center?
I I am still at my center, so I will mark that one.
Okay.
But I would not say that helping someone overcome the stat conditions counts as guiding towards balance.
Okay. And your playbook question.
Did you improve the lives of a community of average citizens? No, I did not.
No. The chores you did were the chores you were expected to do. It didn't really improve them. It's normal everyday stuff. Okay. Down to Shai, who is just as tired as her character. I saw that yawn. First question. Sorry, I have to pose them to you. Did you learn something challenging, exciting, or complicated about the world?
Several things.
Several things. You learned so many things thanks to Toya.
Yeah. Yep. Toya is a font of information.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you learned a lot from Toya. Strictly on, from the stakeout perspective, you actually got information from her. So yes, that does work. Did you stop a dangerous threat or solve a community problem?
Yes.
You and Sayaka beat up a lot of aggressive people.
Yep.
Okay.
We had an official cat fight.
You did have a cat fight. Did you guide a character towards balance or end the session at your center?
I am still centered.
You are still centered somehow. And
Nobody shifted it.
Nobody shifted it. And your question.
Did you seek support or guidance from others? Not this episode, but last episode.
That counts.
Yep. I asked Yuka for her assistance putting the plan together. That is 4 for me.
Okay. And then, Lily, I know you were only here for one of the 2 sessions that these would apply, but did you learn something challenging, exciting, or complicated about the world?
Not sure.
You're not the only one with a secret wife.
Okay, yeah. And I got to go to my first bending match.
Yeah, you learned that pro bending is a thing. That would change your life for sure.
Yeah.
I agree. Okay. Did you stop a dangerous threat or solve a community problem?
No.
Yeah, you were on the observation side of the stakeout team, so that's fine. Did you guide a character towards balance or end the session at your center?
I think I ended at my center. I'm trying to pull up my sheet and have a little bit of trouble.
Let me take a look, because I can probably pull it up. Because Roll20 likes to be funky sometimes.
Phone too, and Roll20 hates phone.
Yeah, I've noticed that it really doesn't like it. It looks like you're balanced. You don't have anything marked, so I think so.
Okay.
I'll say yeah, because it looks like it is that's the case. And then you have a playbook question as well. Do you have that up?
I did.
Which playbook are you?
Icon.
Icon's question is growth question. Did you accomplish a feat worthy of your burden and tradition?
Not really.
Not really. Okay. That's that then. All right. Ran a half hour over, but I think it was a good end of session. So it's not really that huge of a deal. Great job, everybody. Sin, I literally thought we had Tales or Things from the Flood tomorrow, and I was going to be excited, and then I was like, no, it's Wednesday, and it's sad. But that, yeah, you can catch us next time on Wednesday, where Shay, Sin, and I are playing Things from the Flood. My Things from the Flood game that was scheduled tomorrow on Lost Caravan is rescheduled. One of the players has a family emergency, so we are moving it again, and we are going to figure out when that's going to happen. Wednesday is that game that I mentioned. Thursday, Shay runs Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Fridays is nothing. Saturday, we will be back to Rhyme with the Frost Maiden. Sundays are open now because we shelved Starfinder because there was too many scheduling conflicts.
We haven't
and
played in like 2 months.
we shelved it because there were scheduling conflicts. And Mondays is, of course, what I already mentioned, us here. Everybody has a chance to do their own outros, starting with Naomi.
Hi, I'm doing this little rebranding thing, and I'm going to see if it works out. Hi, I'm Naomi, the postmodern alchemist. I'm an amateur novelist, and I'm currently working on my first book.
Nice.
Beyond that, I am kind of putting together a thought for a D&D 5e game, which I want to run here on Tuesdays, I believe. And yeah, beyond that, just follow me on Twitter. It's ME_MIMI10. And yeah, I'll post a bunch of bullshit that makes absolutely no sense or all the sense in the world there.
Alrighty. Down to Anna.
Yeah, I'm Anna, aka Archival Dust Bunny most places on the internet. I'm queer and trans advocate, museum worker, and TTRPG streamer and podcaster. If any of that sounds interesting, you can find me on Twitter at Archival Dust Bun. Sorry about that. As far as where to find me over the next week, Friday night you can find me on TTRPG. That's TEA TRPG, with the very wonderful cast that we have over there playing Los Casados, our Haunted West actual play. This Friday is the 4th and final episode, what is sure to be a very dramatic and tear-jerking episode. If you like supernatural horror and the Wild West, definitely check that out. Like I said, there's only 3 episodes that have been so far, so it's very easy to catch up on TTRPG's YouTube page. Our unofficial tag for that show is Everybody's Hot and Will Make You Cry. And it is very, very true, and the finale is not going to be an exception. I play a woman who knows far too much about demons for her own good, and we are currently hunting an ancient demon, so it should be lots of fun. And then at 3:30 on Sunday, Sunday afternoon, you can find me over on Paradise RPG for one of the many games that they're hosting that weekend for Jasper's Game Day, which is a wonderful organization working towards suicide prevention and awareness. I will be playing Starfinder at 3:30 p.m. Eastern, GM'd by the wonderful Super Dylan. So it'll be my first time playing Starfinder, so I'm very excited about that. But yeah, come check it out. Help us raise some money for a really great cause. And then, of course, if podcasts or sci-fi or more your thing, you can find me on Response Team, Omnicron, Alliance, our actual play podcast, following a PR team who unexpectedly ends up on the front lines and has to deal with the trauma and responsibilities that go with combat and trying to protect a very small, growing colony. We have narrative first, mech combat, roleplay focused characters, lots of sci-fi goodness. You can find us anywhere you normally get your podcast and on Twitter at RT Omnicron.
Woo. All right. And then up over to Sin.
Hey y'all, I'm Crimson Galaxy. That's KRIMSIN, because I'm not me without a little bit of sin. And my pronouns are they, them, she, and they. Today I was playing Yahani, the Awakened Airbender. You can find me on Twitter at sin_gal. And as for the games that I have going on this week, not that many. Things from the Flood back here on Party Wipe Games this Wednesday was already brought up, but yeah, and then I don't have another game until Saturday, which is the Curse of Strahd campaign I'm a part of over on twitch.tv/Fantasy Grounds. And then on Sunday, I am going to be back with our Call of the Netherdeep campaign over on twitch.tv/Foolsmoon. EI.
Alrighty. Down to Shay.
Hello everybody, I'm Shay, or Shay the Fae on Twitch and Twitter. You can catch me here most days of the week playing the games or running the games. And otherwise I do artwork, so if you're interested in any artwork done of characters, logos, or emotes, or anything like that,
And last but never least, Jenny.
Hey, I'm just going to say I'm not good at promoting myself, so everybody else is wonderful. Follow them, watch their stuff, and I will be here next week.
Are you playing anything currently? Anything
Yeah,
else?
not sure what's running this week.
Okay, no worries then. All right, I will say that that's us then. Everybody have a great night. We'll see you if you watch us, on Wednesday. Thank you for stopping by. Otherwise, we'll see you next Monday.